So if you haven't noticed by now, I'm actually enjoying a website I've come across recently called Tapas. I've been kind of talking about my own Tapas page on my videos of late, trying to point people towards it. It's in the description below, blah blah blah. But honestly, Tapas is a pretty cool website filled with a ton of webcomics for those of you who like webcomics. There are also web novels there if you also like that. And because of my own love of webcomics, as well as me posting my own novella series onto Tapas, now two series, I decided to talk about two series that you can only find on the website. Well, to my knowledge, you can only find on the website. Note, this is not a sponsored thing. This is just out of my own love for these particular webcomics and my desire to get their names more out there and get more people looking at them so I can have more people to talk about them with. It's so lonely being the only one knowing about series that are good. The first of these being today's work in question, Bubbly Parfait. And no, this is not a cooking series, as much as I thought that when I first started reading it. In a world full of animal people, okay, look guys, this is the internet and there are a ton of furry webcomics that are actually pretty good. This is just kind of an intro because it's light furry, and I might be talking about furry comics in the future. So, yeah, get used to it. Anyway, in a world full of animal people, a young girl named Casey ends up getting fired from her job after she kind of exposed at her boss. Which, the guy kind of deserved it, but still, screaming at your boss telling you you're gonna kill him isn't really the best way for job security. Anyway, of course she's all depressed after losing her job, and as she sits by a fountain, she accidentally meets a mermaid named Juliet. Juliet finds herself completely enamored by Casey, falling in love with her as she tries to win the bunny girl's heart. However, in this world, all species live on specific tier levels based upon their breeds and how rare their species are. Casey is a basic low breed, while Juliet's a high breed, basically making Casey a commoner, and Juliet one of the richest bitches on Earth. And of course, with Juliet's friends invading Casey's life, Casey now has to shatter her dream of running a fashion boutique that she names Bubbly Parfait, and of course, then we have the title drop. Of course, not all as it seems, as it looks like the hybrids are planning something. We're completely unaware of what it is, but it's something, and it looks like it could be very, very dangerous, whatever it is. So yeah, minus what the comment I made earlier, you'd think this would be a little light-hearted slice of life story. And while you're partially right, there's a lot of character drama, love triangles, all that good stuff that makes slice of life stories interesting. But again, there's a hidden background to the plot, involving the fall of humanity, the origin of the breed system, and some gigantic war that everyone's paying for in the modern day. And honestly, I have to say, it seems that the way they're going, the drama stuff and the background stuff might collide at some point, but I honestly can't see how, and I actually kind of find the drama stuff more interesting than the background stuff, even though the background stuff is really damn interesting. Of course, this is the power of character drama. Again, these two plot lines have to converge at some point, and because most of the central characters are involved in the background plot, except for Casey, I don't know how these two pieces are going to combine at some point. And it's interesting because, again, this is a post-apocalyptic war where sometime before killed off humanity, and there was another gigantic war between the animal people, and we don't know the exact details behind it or why everything's a giant hush-hush secret yet. And that's really, really interesting trying to connect all these pieces together. But yeah, one of the biggest draws of the series is Casey herself. She's a cute, enjoyable little bunny girl striving to figure out what exactly she wants in life, being a classic dreamer who learned the hardship of their dream, but never giving up on their ultimate dream. Of course, the complication of Juliet having a giant crush on her and basically forcing her way into her life makes things a bit more interesting. Juliet herself is no slouch in the character department. She's often also joined by her manservant, best friend, and loyal bodyguard Mike, who's trying his hardest to keep her well, while also enjoying his own time with Casey as a new friend, and bring up all of Juliet's little flaws here and there. There are also plenty of other characters I don't want to get into because this would take too long if I talk about all the characters, but I want to bring special mention to a spider girl who deals with her ideals of romance and her coming to understand her own place in the family and her own family, as well as, what it means to be a giant spider. And she's really cute. I'm not saying McNair turned to be onto Spider-Girls, but I'm just saying the Spider-Girl is very cute and pink as all hell. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but one of the biggest things about this series is the art. The character artwork for the series is really well done. A lot of work goes into the expressions, and especially Casey's eyes. She normally has stars as pupils, and that kind of changes depending on her emotions and mood and all that kind of stuff. And another thing is that the plot likes to really dick the audience around when it comes to certain events. One moment when you think Casey and Juliet are having a moment, until they reveal, well, only subtly, that something makes you question whether the two are actually having a moment, or whether this is all part of a sinister plan. And who exactly's plan is it? Again, there's a lot of lighthearted character drama stuff that's pretty entertaining, and a lot of sinister stuff that makes you question everyone's motivations here and there. Well, except for Casey's, because she's pretty straightforward as a character. So yeah, this series comes really well recommended. If you're looking for something interesting to read, as also a story to tug on your heartstrings and put you on the edge of your seat. At the very least, you'll find an enjoyable story with some great characters that you could possibly fall in love with. Link below.